the word to friends and family to join us for a fellowship and a meal from 10:30 until 12 each month.
Send your community announcements to info@WGAAradio.com or fax us at 770-748-4539. The following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
Base hit to right field, and the Lady Dogs take the lead. Drag button down the line. She's going to beat safe. Fly ball deep to left field. Back it goes toward the wall. It is a home run. Hit deep to left field. Back it goes to the wall. It is gone.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, WGAA, the Big Double A. This is Cedartown High School Lady Dogs softball on the Big Double A, WGAA 1340 AM and now at 106.1 FM. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app. Let's head down to the field for today's action.
And welcome in, Cedartown Lady Dogs softball fans. The Lady Dogs on the road this afternoon. Revenge is on the menu. Cedartown cross-county rival, Rockmart Lady Jackets. Cedartown coming off of that loss to Rockmart on Saturday, the 7th. Last time these two teams saw each other, Cedartown came up just one run short. The game ended on a called strike 3 that we did not like, Andrew. And today the Lady Dogs are going to try to get back at these Lady Jackets. And we're going to start things off right away. Leading off, of course, for the Lady Dogs, top of the lineup. It'll be Haven Barclay, Shaylee Pittman, and Kinsley Boozer. We're ready to go to work. Andrew Carter with the call.
First pitch is upstairs for ball one. Glad to be with you here for Lady Dogs softball. First of 3 games this week. Lady Dogs hosting Southeast Whitfield tomorrow at home for rec night. Then Thursday we go to Woodland. And then we only have, I think, 3 more games after that in the regular season. 1-0 pitch on the way is a strike. No, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitching today for Rockmart is Kaylee Huckabee, none other than Kaylee Huckabee. But the Lady Dogs were able to get to her a little bit in our ball game a week and a half ago. That one will be a strike as Haven Barclay went for it. Haven Barclay, Shaylee Pittman, Kinsley Boozer, Kendall Howard, Chastity Washington, Kristen Cash, Emlyn Waits, Allie Elliott, Mariah Westmoreland for your batting lineup for the Lady Bulldogs. Wearing black uniforms, Rockmart in white, trimmed in black. There's a tapper back to the pitcher's circle. Throw on the first will be in time, and that'll be out number 1.
You know, this Cedartown team is hungry to get a win. Last time these Lady Dogs were out, it was a shutout loss against the Cartersville Purple Hurricanes. Lady Dogs fell by a final of 14-0. And then, of course, like we said, they fell to Rockmart. And the last time these two teams met, back on Saturday the 7th, by a final score of 4-3, coming up just 1 run short. Shaylee Pittman will come to the plate with the bases empty and 1 out.
First pitch on the way to Pittman is high and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Here at Rockmart, you're literally intimate with the field. We are about 10 feet away from home plate here where we're set up. You can actually see us in our camera shot from center field.
I'll say this is about as close as you can get.
There's a called strike over the outside corner, 1-1 now to Shaylee Pittman, who's the starting pitcher today. Kinsley Boozer will follow her. 1 gone here in the top of the first inning. We'll get to the Rockmart defense here in just a few moments. The 1-1 on the way. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Catching for Rockmart is Addison Shelton. The infield from first to third. Madeline Hensley is the flex player. She's playing first base. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Pittman hits a line drive to left field. That's pretty deep. That's going to get down. It's going to bounce over the wall. It's going to be a ground rule double. And here at Rockmart, that outfield fence is only about 3 feet tall, so it doesn't take much of a bounce to get out of here. And Cedartown's got a leadoff double, or a double with 1 out, I beg your pardon.
Good solid piece of hitting there by Shaylee Pittman. She's somebody that can flex the power when you need to. You don't expect it a lot out of Pittman. Typically, Pittman is one of those at the top of the lineup that is all about the just get on, get over, get in.
Yep.
So Pittman is aboard. They will bring out a courtesy runner for Pittman in the form of number 23, which will be Chloe Ramey. So Ramey will take over at second base, and that'll bring up some more speed for the Lady Dogs and Kinsley Boozer to the plate. She comes up with the runner there at second and 1 out.
The pitch on the way. Didn't mean to. Kind of fouled it off the nub of the bat, nothing and one the count on the very end of it. Kind of jammed her there, but she didn't really swing. It just kind of hit off the end of the bat. Nothing and one.
Kendall Howard waits on deck for the Lady Dogs. Now that is a power spot in the lineup for Cedartown. She'll get the start behind the plate tonight.
Oh, one pitch. Caught the corner for strike two. Nothing and two now the count to Kinsley Boozer.
1-4-2.
Boozer will have to shorten things up here and get defensive at the plate behind in the count 0-2.
And the 0-2 misses upstairs. Ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we're sitting in the shadows behind home plate. But the pitcher circle, first, second, and third base. Actually, first and second base is in the sunlight. Third base is in the shadows here. The shadows are going to really quickly drift over this field. 1-2 pitch is going to be low. Ball two, didn't miss by much.
That was a good pitch there by Huckabee. And like you said, it did not miss by much, but a good eye there by Kinsley Boozer. And she runs the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
2-1-0.
Kylie Statham at second base. The shortstop is Bree Davis. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Kinsley is out number 2 on a swinging strike. That'll bring up the catcher for the Lady Bulldogs, cleanup hitter Kendall Howard. At third base for Rockmart is Maddie Sanders. The outfield momentarily, well, actually, right field McKinley Forsyth. Here's the pitch. There's a call strike, nothing in one. Now the count to the Bulldogs cleanup hitter Kendall Howard, the senior. Center field is Cheyenne Jordan, and right and left field
2-2-4
is Abby Teams. Here's the 0-1. A little low for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. The designated player is Mary Kate Dunn. She bats 7th in the Rockmart lineup, which we'll see in the bottom half of this first inning.
Umpire not really giving her that bottom part of the strike zone there.
That one definitely was low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count.
That'll be something for Shaylee Pittman to keep in mind when it's her time to go out in that center circle. Understand she's not going to get anything borderline low.
No.
5-0-1.
2-1. 2 outs. Fly ball to left field. That's pretty deep. That's back toward that fence. It's going to be down at the fence. That's going to score the first Cedartown run. It's going to be an RBI double for Kendall Howard, and Cedartown is on the board first.
And just like we talked about, the power in the lineup, that's one of those power bats that comes to the plate each and every time, and Howard just provides again there. And she turned on that one and just drove it all the way over Teams' head. She had to play that one off the fence. So that brings in a run, and that'll bring up Chastity Washington, and we're going to have a courtesy runner come in for the catcher.
Let's see who it's going to be.
I believe it's going to be Zali Rodriguez, and it will.
So you definitely got speed out there on the base pad. So a couple of doubles in this inning. Bookend doubles. Chastity Washington, who she turned her ankle playing against Cartersville. Good to see her back out there. First pitch to her is ball 1 ball and no strikes. You know, and Sam, I think this little time off we had over the weekend, we were supposed to play in that tournament against Carrollton and LaGrange, but I think the rest was much needed for this Lady Dogs team. 1-0, a swing and a ground ball to third base. The pick, the throw will be in time, and the inning comes to a close. But Cedartown has a couple of doubles. One of an RBI double, and Cedartown leads 1-0 through a half inning of play. We head now to the bottom half of the first. Cedartown 1.
North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
1-0 is your score. Lady Dogs lead as we go to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Bree Davis, Cheyenne Jordan, and Maddie Sanders to lead things off for this Rockmart Lady Jackets squad. Sam Branch alongside Andrew Carter. Cedartown High School softball on the road on this Monday afternoon.
First pitch is outside, ball one. Starting pitcher for Cedartown. Stop is Kinsley Boozer at second base.
Has a
Avery
championship
Elliott.
lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles.
I guess
Beach
we
State Ford is
are,
now open in your backyard.
Beach
There's
State
a little
Ford is proud
pop-up
to be part of your local community.
to the
Whether
pitcher.
you're
The
waiting
throw
for
on
your
the
vehicle
first
to
is
be
going to be
serviced,
away from the
picking up
bag
a
at
part for your
first
vehicle, or
base,
stopping by
and
to
she's
check
going to
out a
round
new
first and
vehicle
head to
for
second.
yourself. Beach State
Guess,
Ford offers a wide range of
guess he
amenities
can't
to
hear us.
enhance
I'm not
your
sure. We're
experience.
trying to
Beach State Ford in
have a little
Cedartown,
problem here.
76 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673. Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio?
All right, we're
Livewire
going to
has
try to get
top-of-the-line
everything back
grills,
up here.
patio
Things
tables and
always
chairs,
seem
fire
to
pits, and so much
mess
more.
up
All
over
fresh
at
off the
Rockmart.
truck,
They
brand
go
new,
right.
still
They do.
packaged, and price to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to
next
load up on the
batter.
savings.
Davis moved up to second on that. This is Cheyenne Jordan getting to start out in center field this afternoon for Rockmart. So Rockmart quickly jumping at the opportunity.
Left side for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
We're not on.
I don't understand it because we can hear him, but he can't hear us. All right. How about now? I think we're back on now. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. Bunt try popped up. Caught at by the pitcher, Shaylee Pittman. And that'll be out number 1. Again, a lot of times when we come to Rockmart, there's network issues and all kinds of stuff, but hopefully we'll
Hopefully that'll be the only
Hopefully
issues we
that's it.
have. So
Hopefully that's
Rockmart
it.
has 1 on, 1 out. The runner is up at second base. And Maddie Sanders looks at a called strike 1. Cedartown out to a 1-0 lead right now over the Rockmart Lady Jackets here in the bottom of the first inning.
pitch on the way is taken upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. An error in the innings has allowed 1 runner aboard, and she's at second base. The 1-1. Big cut and a miss there on the rise ball. 1-2 now.
Tell you, she went after that one. Good pitch there by Shaylee Pittman. Sanders getting the start over at third base for Rockmart.
We're looking for out number 2. And that will
Now to bat number 3, College State.
That'll be the second
Kylie
out of the
Statham
inning.
to the
Yep,
plate.
that'll bring Kylie Statham, second baseman for Rockmart. So she comes to the plate with that runner still at second base, 2 outs.
first pitch to her is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
Cedartown trying to not let that error come back to bite them here.
Holly, in out, in out. Abby, in out, in out.
Pitch on the way. Up and away, 2-0.
For those just listening on radio, Cedartown in their all-black uniforms with dogs in red across the front, red numbers on the back, both trimmed in white, red piping on the jerseys and the pants, and then the tall red socks, probably my favorite jersey combo.
Swing and a miss, 2-1 on the heat from Shaylee Pittman. The outfield, by the way, Mariah Westmoreland, Haven Barclay, and Chastity Washington from left to right.
Our solid white ones are really nice, too, though. Just clean-looking uniforms, but these black ones, they're mean-looking uniforms.
Here's a 2-1 on the way. Ball 3 missed upstairs.
Rockmart wearing white tops, white bottoms, yellow jackets across the front, and kind of a black bar almost. Black numbers, and then black and gold down the pants.
Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it's ball 4.
Went upstairs on that one. That one just got away from her, out of the zone. So that puts runners at first and second with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Abby Teams getting the start in left field. So Rockmart with runners on and trouble of brewing for the Lady Dogs, still trying to get out of this bottom of the first and hope the air doesn't come back to bite you.
Here's Teams. Teams takes up and away. 1 ball and no strikes.
Exact rematch from game 1 between these two teams, between Shaylee Pittman and Huckabee.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Just missed, maybe high, I guess. 2 balls and no strikes.
That's the only thing that I can go with there, Andrew. And you and I have a pretty good vantage point from where we are, so I would say that that one maybe just missed high.
I'm kind of right in line with the edge of the outside of the left-handed batter's box.
Kendall Howard goes out to have a conversation with Shaylee Pittman to make sure they're on the same page. Reminder, they're only 1 out away from getting out of this jam. Want to get out of here with the lead intact, go back to work with the bats in the top of the second. But first, we got to retire this out here with Teams.
2-0, swing and a miss, good pitch, 2-1.
And that's what you want to see after every mound visit, is for your pitcher to come back and get a good strike there. And that's exactly what Pittman's able to do.
2-1 pitch, low and away, and that'll be a 3-1 count.
Don't want to load the bases here on a walk.
Most definitely not.
Addison Shelton, the catcher, on deck for the Lady Jackets.
3-1 pitch, got her swinging there, 3-2.
Full count now here for Pittman. She's got to make a good pitch here.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch popped up off the screen behind home plate, and that'll be another one coming here with a 3-2 count. Again, you can tell from our camera up ahead, most of the infield's in the shadows, but the circle in second base is not. 3-2 pitch, ball 4. Missed upstairs, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. It will be Addison Shelton now to bat for the Lady Jackets.
This is one of those chances where Pittman's just got to keep her wits about her and stay calm and make good pitches. You're still just an out away from getting out of this inning. But you're also one good swing away from letting Rockmart blow this one wide open.
First pitch to her misses up for ball 1 above the letters. 1 ball and no strikes now to Shelton. This is the 6th batter in the lineup to face us in this inning. That's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. When Shaylee misses, it seems to be up, and she's missing up right now with that rise ball. That one was a pretty good pitch, and that was fouled away, 2-1. Somebody got ricocheted there in the dugout. Everybody's okay, though.
Yep. Looks like everybody's good to go.
And again, if you've never been to the field here at Rockmart, the dugouts are literally like...
It is on close. I mean, it's on top of each other.
You're about 15 feet away from home plate.
Very close.
Here comes a 2-1. Low and in. Again, a 3-1 count.
Got a battle here. Mary Kate Dunn, the designated player, waits in the on deck for Rockmart.
3-1. That one missed up. Bases loaded walk is going to tie the ball game 1-1.
And that's exactly what you don't want to do.
Here comes Coach Josh Smith out of the dugout. He asked for time, and he's going to have a meeting with his battery here, maybe an infielder or two, but Shaylee has really good stuff, but a lot of times, but here lately she's struggled with control here, especially early in ball games. If she can get past, some of these early innings, usually when she settles in, she's pretty good. But
And, something that we have seen her struggle with, especially last season, I feel like, is she would have a good inning, and then she would come back in the next inning, she would struggle. She would bounce back and have a good inning. And so we haven't seen her struggle with that as much, but like you said, where we have seen her struggle is in those earlier innings. Once she's able to kind of get into a routine, set her rhythm, she's able to really work through the game and manage it very well. But here, running into some early trouble, and she's allowed Rockmart to tie it up 1-1 off of a bases-loaded walk.
There's a strike called to Dunn, nothing in 1 the count. She's the designated player, I believe.
Correct, yep. Mary Kate Dunn.
So she's in this lineup for her bat, so got to be careful here. Here's the 0-1. Called strike 2.
Back-to-back really good pitches there by Pittman.
I think if she tries to locate it a little farther outside, about the same north and south, here's the 0-2. That's what they're going to do, and it's outside for ball 1.
That's exactly what they did, Andrew. They kept it north and south, but they just went a little more east and west with it. Didn't get it to chase, so that takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pittman's still ahead here.
The 1-2. Got her swinging for strike 3, and that'll be the inning. The base is left loaded, but Rockmart gets a run on, let's see, no hits. 3 left. We head now to the second inning. Tied up at 1. Back after this 60-second break on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
1-1 is your score as we go to the top of the second inning. A new ball game already. Lady Dogs jumped out to a 1-0 lead in the top of the first, but then a bases-loaded walk in the bottom of the first would let Rockmart come back and tie it. It'll be Kristen Cash, Emmeline Waits, and Elliott here in the order for the Lady Dogs.
Kristen Cash, the designated player today. Huckabee deals. Wow. Ball 1. That looked like a pretty good pitch. No call there. 1-0 the count now to Kristen Cash. Kristen will take it, though. Here's the 1-0. That was called a strike over the outside corner of the plate. 1-1 now the count to Kristen Cash.
0-4-1.
Here's the 1-1. Popped up.
I don't got it.
Nope, but the catcher for Rockmart does not. It's off her glove. Shelton was underneath it, but she really didn't have much room. I mean, like we said, the dugout here, the dugouts are so close to home plate.
Right on top of you. Yep.
And the on-deck circle is literally right there, too. So you have to negotiate with all that.
It probably did not help at all. That was in front of the Cedartown dugout as well. You know, if it's over in front of the Rockmart dugout, it's going to be a little friendlier.
That one sails up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, the count to Kristen Cash. That ball was literally almost straight in the air.
1-0-4.
2-2 pitch. Low and in, 3-2. The softball field here kind of nestled really closer to Knox Mountain Road than it is to the campus of Rockmart High School.
Yeah, a lot of times people will come in off of Knox Mountain, just easier to get in here.
3-2 is swung and missed for strike 3, and Cash is victim of a strikeout here, and out number 1. That's the second strikeout thrown by Huckabee.
Cedartown came into this game 15-7 on the season, Andrew, and Rockmart sporting a very impressive record of 13-3. They are 8-1 in region play, but that's something that you just expect out of Rockmart year in and year out. And it's been a tough nut for Cedartown to crack over the past several years.
Down low, ball one to Emlyn Waits. Of course, Rockmart won the 2017 AA State Championship. And that was quite let me tell you, that was a once-in-a-lifetime team that Rockmart had that year.
4-1-0.
One ball, no strikes to Emlyn Waits. The pitch from Huckabee. Swing and a miss on a pitch that tailed away from her, 1-1.
The only blemishes on Rockmart's season so far, a 7-4 loss to Hebron Christian, an 8-0 loss to Sonorville, and a 6-5 loss to North Cobb, which came back on 9-4.
North Cobb, by the way, in their region. There's a rise ball, swung and missed for strike 2, 1-2. So I would imagine the fight for the top spot in this region is going to be between Rockmart and North Cobb Christian. As it probably will in football.
Absolutely.
1-2 on the way. Called strike 3. Got her looking for the second out of the inning. So
now bring up Allie Elliott. She comes to the plate with nobody on and 2 outs, and Huckabee cruising through this second inning so far, Andrew. Be up to Elliott to keep things going.
Huckabee deals to Elliott, and it's low. 1 ball, no strikes. Shelton doing a good job to try to convince a strike call, but open umpire.
Yeah, she is really framing those pitches well, trying to bring those lower pitches up into the zone. But she is not getting the calls from the umpire.
That one was a called strike, and it was a good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Also pulled that one up a little bit into the zone, but to be honest, I don't think she needed to frame that one that well. Looks like it was a strike all the way, but she did anyways, and the count now even at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Allie Elliott's been swinging a pretty good bat of late, and that time she gets a base hit with 2 outs here in the top half of the second inning. And they'll bring up Mariah Westmoreland, the 9th batter in the Cedartown lineup.
And you're right back into that portion of the lineup where speed is going to be a dangerous part for this Cedartown lineup, with Westmoreland then back to the top of the order.
She tries to lay a bunt down, and it's fouled, strike 1. They're giving her, if she decides she can swing away, they're giving her the middle. I mean, if she can get it past the circle.
It is wide open.
Wide open
middle.
there.
You could drive at least 3 Mack trucks through there without any problem. We'll see what they do here, though.
No balls and a strike to Mariah. The pitch on the way is a called strike, 0-2. Westmoreland looking to, she's had of course, she is a freshman. She's
1-4-2.
shown when she gets aboard, when she can get the ball on the ground, she can run, she can get aboard. That's taken. It says runner goes for second. The throw is gonna get her. Throw is to the first base side of second, and the call was out. So Cedartown's inning will end on a caught stealing there from first to second, as Elliott is caught heading towards second base. We head now to the bottom half of the second. We're still tied 1-1. We'll be back after 60 seconds on the Big AA.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Are you ready for steel? Equipment, that is. At Croker's Hardware in Cedartown, we've got all the steel equipment. Blowers and shredder vacs, chainsaws, augers and drills, trimmers and brush cutters. We're very proud to be a retailer for the steel product line. As an independent dealer, we can provide many services that the big box chain stores just can't match. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff is always ready to help you select the equipment that meets your specific needs. So call Croker's for a steel today. That's 770-748-4842 to learn more about steel in Cedartown.
Lady Dawgs softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
Kaylee Huckabee with a leadoff single to start off this bottom of the second inning.
On the first pitch.
Yep, took the first pitch that she saw and just drove it to the left side. And so Huckabee is aboard, and they've got a courtesy runner coming out. And it looks like it's going to be in the form of number 19, Emma Wiley. Or no, excuse me, that's going to be Massey, number 15. So Tracy Massey will be the courtesy runner, and that will bring up McKinley Forsyth.
First pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes.
9 spot in the batting order for Rockmart.
By the way, Huckabee's hit the first for Rockmart today. Cedartown has 3 hits. 1-0. Tried to bunt, and she went for it. It's 1-1. Probably not a bad idea. Of course, you got your 9th hole hitter, usually one who's got a lot of speed. A ball and a strike with the courtesy runner Massey at first base. The pitch. Squares to bunt again, lays it down foul. Rolls foul down the right side. Ball settles right in front of us, our broadcast booth.
Tell you what, it's a nice day for a broadcast booth that's outside.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, it's not nice days for broadcast booth outside, but today is the exception. Just a really pretty comfortable afternoon.
A nice mid-September day.
Absolutely. 1-2 the count. On Forsyth.
Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Got her looking over the outside corner, and that'll be out number 1. And a strikeout number 3 for Shaylee Pittman, and it'll take us back to the top of the order.
It'll be Bree Davis.
Yeah, Bree
0 for 1 with a run scored.
As she reached on that error to start the ball game, or to start the bottom of the first inning, and would eventually score Rockmart's only run to this point. Shaylee deals. Strike. 0-1.
You love to see what Shaylee has been able to do so far after that first inning. And then giving up that leadoff single to Huckabee on the first pitch. Came back. Good battle against Forsyth, and then a good pitch there against Davis.
That's upstairs and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Davis.
Come on, Bree, let's go 2-0. You got it back.
The 1-1 delivery. Ground ball back to the circle. They'll throw to second, and they should have done it. The throw was right wide of the bag over there. They had the sure out over at first base, but they thought the double play, and usually a double play would be in order there, but the throw was just to right of the bag over there. Instead of 2 outs, it was no outs on that play.
Part of what caused that problem as well, Andrew, was we were really slow getting to second base to cover the bag, and so she didn't have a good target to throw to as well. And I think she was kind of splitting Boozer and Elliott there with the throw.
Swing and a miss, strike 1 now to Jordan.
So what should have been the second out of the inning with the runner over at second, now we only have 1 out, and we've got runners at first and second. Jordan 0 for 1 comes to the plate.
That's a rule to fielder's choice. That's upstairs on that pitch there to Jordan. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yes, Sonny!
1-1. Lil Tapper back to the circle. They will go the short route to first base, and that's in time. It'll be out number 2. Runners move up to second and third.
That'll bring up Maddie Sanders. Sanders 0 for 1 and was one of those 3 strikeouts that Pittman has so far on the afternoon. She comes to the plate this time with runners at second and third and 2 out. Want to get out of the inning cleanly right here.
First pitch is going to be in front of the plate. It'll be picked up there by Pittman, who came kind of halfway between the circle and home.
Good stop there by Howard. Keep that in front of her.
As long as you keep it in front of you, nobody's going to score.
No, and the good news is, with as close as this back wall is, really it should prevent anybody from scoring unless it just ricochets wildly.
Ground ball to shortstop. Boozer fields and throws, and that'll be in time for out number 3. So Rockmart leaves 2. They've left, 6 runners?
Yep.
Left the bases loaded in the first 2 in this inning. We head now to the third. It's still tied up 1-1. We'll come back after this 60-second break on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for 100 years. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call today for tee time, 770-748-9671. Located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buckhannon Highway. Cedartown's original golf course celebrating 100 years. Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
9-1-2 due up for the Lady Dogs here as we go to the top of the third inning. Rockmart leaving two more base runners there in the bottom of the second inning. Mariah Westmoreland will step back in the box. She was in the box when the second inning ended on a runner that was caught stealing.
Tries to bunt, pulls it back, and takes upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes high and outside. 1-0 now the count to Mariah, who will get a fresh count.
4-1-3.
Huckabee with 36 pitches. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count to Mariah. As I was mentioning earlier, Mariah is due.
4-3-1.
1-1 pitch to her. Back up. 2 balls and a strike. I know there's a net there, but I still ducked away from it.
That's all right. I don't blame you. Top of the order would be due after Mariah. We'll go back to Barclay, Pittman, and Boozer. Out of that top three, Pittman the only one with a base hit so far.
Here's the 2-1. Fouled back, and it's 2-2.
No flinch on that one.
Nope.
Holding steady.
Let's go, Hook.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count. Good crowd here at this ball game. Always is when Rockmart and Cedartown come together for any kind of matchup. 2-2. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that'll retire Mariah Westmoreland.
So that'll bring up Haven Barclay. Back to the top of the order. Barclay still looking for her first base hit, and you know, if we can get her aboard, we'll be off to the races. And then we'll just keep things going.
She grounded out to the pitcher her last time. Swings and fouls it away off the end of the bat the opposite way. Strike 1 now to Haven Barclay. By the way, Haven Barclay in the top 10 of her senior class.
Yes, she is. Got to call her name Friday night when those
0-3-2.
folks were recognized at.
Pops it straight up. Another chance for the catcher, and it drops. Shelton can't make the catch there, and Haven Barclay will have herself another pitch coming.
So Barclay behind at the count, 0-2. After 2 foul balls, you know she wants to put a charge into one here.
2-2-5.
0-2 pitch on the way is going to miss upstairs. The rise ball, she didn't offer at it.
Get out there by Barclay. You not to go after the high heat and chase that one.
5-1-3.
Here's the 1-2.
That was
just a little bit inside.
Visor level.
2 balls, 2 strikes to 1-1.
3-1-4.
The pitch. Ground ball and a base hit the opposite way. Haven Barclay reaches with 1 out for Cedartown's 4th hit.
That'll bring up Shaylee Pittman. Pittman owns one of those 4 hits. 1 for 1. You know they will probably be sending Haven off to the races here. We'll see if they send her on the first pitch or if they wait.
Shelton has thrown out a runner already in this ball game. She is going. The pitch is low. The throw to second base will be not in time. It was a pretty good throw, even though the pitch was low.
A really good throw there by Shelton.
And it's 1 ball, no strikes on the low and in pitch. But again, like usually a good pitch to run on is one that's like that. But she was able to get up and throw one pretty accurately and made it a closer play than it might have been.
Well, and you know, anytime that the throw is anywhere even close to applying a tag to Haven, that it was a good throw. Head coach out to check on Davis, the shortstop.
Yes.
Bree Davis might have
it's Coach Lindsay out there.
A little bang up on her hand, so I think they're going to get some.
Well, on the slide in by Barclay, it might have been could have made contact with a hand. I'm not exactly sure. Didn't see exactly how that went down. Tomorrow, Cedartown hosting Southeast Whitfield for the final time this season, and then Thursday we go to Woodland.
Yep, another trip to Woodland.
This time I get to go solo.
You get to make the solo trip. I would recommend sitting underneath the press box.
That's what I'll do. I'll take your advice.
But I will tell you, you're going to have to duck a lot more than I did to get under there. It's a tight squeeze.
Tight squeeze.
Now for a 5 foot,
sitting down.
For 5'4.5" Sam, it was not that tight of a squeeze. But you're a little taller than I am.
5'11" Andrew.
That's right. Yeah. But there are some very nice folks up at Woodland. I sat beside some parents. They joined me underneath the press box. Very hospitable folks up there.
Not too far of a drive from. Well, definitely not too far from here.
No.
But here at Rockmart, but Cedartown not terribly far either.
Nope. Not at all.
We do have to make one more trip to Dalton and one more trip to Cartersville. And that's it for our road trips until we get to the playoffs. And it's looking like Cedartown's probably going to give, and they're more than likely will make the playoffs, but almost certainly will be a road team in the first round.
We're ready to go back to work here.
Pitch to Shaley is up. 2 balls and no strikes.
So Pittman ahead in the count.
Got a friendly tap on the shoulder from Mr. Garrett from WZOT, who's broadcasting right next to us. There's a swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike.
I tell you, we have a very good working relationship with those good folks over there. They always take care of us when we come over here. We always try to reciprocate that when they come over to Cedartown.
Here's the 2-1. A big cut and a miss, 2-2 now the count. Of course, a familiar voice on the broadcast for ZOT for Cedartown Rec folks.
5-0-1.
Old Torline.
Old Torline. He's been doing Rockmart sports on WZOT. There's a foul ball, 2-2. Longer than he's been with the Cedartown Rec department.
Absolutely. Yep, he's been doing that for a long time.
But does a great job on both of them. So
count even here on Cedartown's Shaley Pittman. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-3-3.
Trying to get that runner to move up in Haven Barclay.
Fouled straight back. That pitch was a pretty good looking pitch, but that was right at my head.
Let me tell you, I closed both eyes on that one.
Did you?
Yep. I may not have flinched, but
you didn't even leave one barely open
Nope.
just to see what was going to happen?
Nope.
Okay. Just making sure.
Didn't need to. I knew it was not going to end well.
The 2-2 popped up to second base. Statham is there. She's got it. No advance there. That'll be the second out, and Shaley Pittman is now 1 for 2.
That'll bring up Kinsley Boozer. Boozer down on strikes in her last at bat. Gets to the plate this time with the runner out at second base and 2 outs.
Huckabee deals. Called strike, outside corner.
Attack, let's go.
Cedartown would love to cash in that runner that stands out at second base in Haven Barclay. And, you know, anything hit deep would do it.
Fly ball to the right side. It will be in play, but foul. It was off the glove of Hensley over at first base, and it's strike 2.
She was going to have to make that catch right up against the fence and just right off the leather there.
Yep, she was negotiating the fence right there. And
really good effort on her part.
Yep. So no balls, 2 strikes to count. Boozer gets another pitch here. And the 0-2. Runner goes for third. She is safe. The pitch was outside for ball one, so moving over to third base is Barclay for her second stolen base in this inning.
So definitely now anything.
3-1-1.
Well, with 2 outs.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be a base hit. Fly ball deep to center field, but it will be playable in right center. The catch is going to be made by Jordan, and that will be out number 3. So Cedartown leaves the runner stranded at third base. We head to the bottom half of the third. We're still tied 1-1. This game very much reminiscent of our game week and a half ago. Let's take a 30-second break this time. We'll be right back after this.
Make the right play. Go to Peach State Ford in Cedartown today.
Rush to Peach State Ford in Cedartown. Peach State Ford has a championship lineup of new and pre-owned vehicles. Peach State Ford is now open in your backyard.
Peach State Ford is proud to be part of your local community. Whether you're waiting for your vehicle to get serviced, picking up a part for your vehicle, or stopping by to check out a new vehicle for yourself, Peach State Ford offers a wide range of amenities to enhance your experience. Peach State Ford in Cedartown, 2076 Rockmart Highway, 770-748-3673.
Lady Dog Softball on your hometown station, the Big AA.
1-1 still your score as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Cedartown tied up with Rockmart here on the road. Shaylee Pittman still pitching for Lady Dogs. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for Rockmart in Kylie Statham, Abby Teams, and Addison Shelton.
1-1 tie.
A walk in her first at bat.
Shaylee deals, and there's a strike called. 0-1 now the count to Statham.
Give me that crowd.
5-gallon bucket drum going on. Here's the 0-1. Popped up to the right side. It's going to be in foul territory, and it's going to be out of reach of everybody. Second base, first base, and right fielder converging, but it was in that no man's land. Count is 0-2.
Yeah, that one just kind of landed there in the Bermuda Triangle. Avery Elliott really had the best chance at it over there at second base, but it came up just about a foot short.
Here's the 0-2. Taken outside, ball one. Good strike 2 pitch right there.
I agree. Just moved outside with it. Couldn't get her to chase, so the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Statham.
The 1-2 on the way. Low and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Count even now.
Statham is ready. So is Pittman. And there's a foul off her foot, off the front foot there.
Yeah, it looks like it caught the inside part of that left front foot, like you said, Andrew. But she quickly shakes it off, walks out of the box.
Emily Waits had to tie her shoe over there, so got a little extra time for that.
Now we're ready to go back to work.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Statham. And the pitch. That one just got away from her. It's going to be a hit batsman. It rolled on the ground and hit her on the foot, and it doesn't matter if it hits the ground or not. If it hits the batter, it's a hit batsman. And she will reach first base on probably the slowest hit batsman you'll ever get hit
more
with.
like a bowling ball, actually. So Statham with a leadoff walk. That's her second time to reach. First was a straight-up walk. This one a hit by a pitch, and that'll bring up Teams.
Teams also walked her last time. Just missed. Wow. Ball
just missed.
1 ball, no strikes. Now to Teams. Tight ball game here at the Rock. 1-1. The pitch. Ground ball to third base. Off her glove. She'll pick. She'll throw. She will not throw. E5. Runners first and second. That is Cedartown's second error of the ball game.
But I tell you, I think it was a wise decision, though, once she realized that she booted it, just to kind of put that one in her pocket. She knew that she probably was not going to have a play over there at first base, so wisely, just put it in her pocket, kept the runners at first and second, and we'll try to get them out here with Shelton.
Shelton had an RBI her last time, tries to bunt, and it's a foul ball. It was a bases-loaded walk, actually, if you recall. She gets credit for the RBI on that. No balls and a strike now, the count to Shelton. Statham, the runner at second, teams at first base with nobody out here in the bottom half of the third. Pittman to the plate, tries to bunt again, does Shelton, and she fouls it away. 0-2.
I'd love Pittman to be able to bounce back here with a strikeout with those runners at first and second.
She's got 3 of them on the day so far.
Set up a double play to get you out of the inning.
0-2, outside, ball 1.
Again, not a bad 2-strike pitch there, but I feel like that it's becoming a little bit predictable at this point. Now that she's kind of got the control, under control, we should say. Not missing high as much anymore.
Ground ball back to the circle. The throw will go to first base. They get the out there. Runners advance to second and third. And 1 gone in the inning. So Shelton grounds out, but the runners do move up, so a productive out. Here's Dunn. Dunn, victim of a strikeout her last time up. The designated hitter, or designated player, beg your pardon.
Dunn will come to the plate this time with those runners at second and third and only 1 out.
Squares to bunt. It pops it up, and it's going to roll foul. It hit in fair territory and rolled foul. Strike 1.
A base hit here would give Rockmart the lead. Possibly put them up by 2. So Cedartown has to be careful here. See what Pittman does from the circle.
Another bunt try. Pops that bunt up and off the netting, and that'll be strike 2.
I thought that was all you.
It was.
Until the net got in the way, right?
Take the net away. Yeah. Well, let's face it. Thank goodness the net's there.
You got that right, my friend.
I have no skills to catch a ball. So here's the 0-2 on the way. Check her swing. It was low. Ball 1. Statham at third, teams at second with 1 out. The 1-2 pitch to Dunn. Swung and fouled it.
Dunn putting up a good fight at the plate for the Lady Jackets. Pittman equally putting up a good fight for Cedartown.
1-2 pitch. Line drive, that'll be off of her glove. And it's going to give Rockmart a 2-run lead.
And just like we said, a base hit would score at least 1, if not 2, and it does. And Rockmart now with a 3-1 lead. And a runner over at first.
It was off the glove of Emmeline Waits. Now, if she doesn't touch that ball, there's a chance it goes foul. But, again, the right play, though, is to try to catch it.
Absolutely.
But she wasn't able to wrap leather around it. And Rockmart takes a 3-1 lead on that single by Dunn, a 2-run single.
So that'll bring up Huckabee.
Huckabee squares to bunt, lays it down. And she's going to reach. Perfect bunt. Now she's going to go to third. There'll be no play on that. From first to third goes Dunn.
Lack of communication there.
It was. And
we didn't have anybody move over to cover third as Elliott charged in from third.
And what we were telling you about there is that back in that first inning, when the double play failed, it ended up being just a fielder's choice and no outs being given. Got to have that infield communication, and right there it kind of broke down. But it was a perfect bunt, though, by Huckabee. You got to give her credit for that.
So Massey will go out and run again for Huckabee when they've got runners at the corners.
Forsyth swings and misses. The runner will take second base with no throw. And it's 0-1 now, the count to Forsyth. Forsyth struck out her last time. 0-1. She went for the bunt, and she missed it, strike 2. That's the thing, though, with sometimes Cedartown, when things start to roll down the hill, you know how the snowball gathers size as it goes down the hill. Sometimes that happens with Cedartown. what we need to do here is limit the damage. What a base hit right there. She reached out there. It wasn't even a strike. Drives home the runner. 2 from third, and now the throw comes in. There's no play, and 2 more runs come across, and Rockmart now opens up a 5-1 lead. That's a good piece of hitting there by Forsyth. Kind of reached out there and hit it the opposite way, and now we've got time called as Coach Smith comes out to Pittman, and the entire infield's going to meet together as well. Probably a little bit of a come-to-Jesus meeting right here. And those 2 runs, again, Sam, coming home, maybe you had a play on the second runner, I'm not sure, but that's probably what the talk would have been.
Well, it would have been tough, but I think at that point you've at least got to go for it. Washington making a pretty good throw in there from right field. I think it would have been a little offline, but you never know because the throw was cut off.
Well, Rockmart doing what they're needing to do. We mentioned the perfect bunt for Huckabee, and then for Forsyth, that little dying duck single over first base. Still only 1 out as we bring Bree Davis to the plate, who is 0 for 2, but she scored a run.
Yeah, back to the top of the order for Rockmart.
Shaley to the plate. Ball 1.
That one was close, just missed there for Pittman. She's just got to settle in here and make some good pitches for the Lady Dogs.
1-0 pitch on the way. Low, 2 balls, no strikes.
You know how good this Cedartown offense is. Now, you know how good of a pitcher Huckabee is. You know how difficult she is to hit off of. But at the same time, you know how explosive Cedartown can be once they find a rhythm with the bats. But you just got to get out of this inning and limit the damage.
Ground ball to shortstop and through. Runners will be at first and second as Haven Barclay cut it off.
A mental mistake there by Kinsley Boozer. She just was rushing. She tried to do number 2 before she did number 1.
Yep. It'll be an E6.
You got to catch it before you can throw it. And so that'll put runners at first and second.
4th error for Cedartown in this ball game. Errors have, in all of our losses this year, errors have played a key factor.
Cheyenne Jordan to the plate.
She'll slice that one foul well out of play. Nothing in 1 the count. Of course, most of you who've ever been to this field knows that there are some homes behind the third base side on the other side of some sort of waterway. And misses low and away as she tried to bunt, but she pulled it back. 1 ball and 1 strike now the count to Jordan. Rockmart with only 3 hits, but they've got 5 runs. 4 errors, of course. For that, there's another foul ball in the bunt try.
Well, they've just been cashing in on those errors, and that's a testament to how good this team is and a reflection of why they only have 3 losses on the season. They'll make you pay when you mess up.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball to first base. She'll field and get that out there. Runners advance to second and third. So Emmeline Waite's able to get that sure out. And runners, Forsyth moves to third, Davis to second. So Jordan is out. That'll bring up Sanders. They're gonna intentionally walk her.
So then that'll bring up Statham again, who has walked and scored a run.
Kylie Statham was not ready to come out of the dugout, so she is getting prepared. So we're waiting on Statham. You a little surprised on the intentional walk there?
I am, but then again, I guess that forces you to have an out at any base because you got the bases loaded with 1 out. So if you can get 1 on the ground, you can go anywhere with it.
I've got 2 outs.
We do have 2 outs. I've only got 1 on the board. Excuse me.
Fouled away, strike 1. It's the roof of the first base dugout, which is occupied by Cedartown.
So that makes even more sense there with 2 outs.
But if Statham can hit it way deep, you could empty the bases. Called strike inside corner, nothing in 2 the count. You also don't want to have a hit batsman here because that would result in another run. Rockmart has struck for 4 here in the bottom half of the 3rd. No balls and 2 strikes. And Pittman deals to the plate. Foul straight back.
You'll be very proud.
No flinch, didn't even close your eyes.
Nope. Kept both of them open that time. Just took, you know.
Don't close your eyes. Isn't that a country song?
It is. By
Keith Whitley?
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2. High and away, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Coach will be proud.
Yes, he will. Speaking of which, be sure to tune us in Friday night, 6 p.m. for Sports Talk Live. We had a lot of fun last week. We always have fun.
Yes, we do.
1-2 to Statham. That ball is driven deep to left field, way back and gone. A grand slam, and the intentional walk comes back to bite us.
So the worst possible outcome of the intentional walk comes to fruition.
9-1 Rockmart. An 8-run 3rd inning. And that'll bring up teams after the grand slam given up. Statham.
I tell you,
that was a no-doubter, too.
Yep, and that's a soul crusher right there. Still 2 out in the inning. Cedartown trying to get out of this one. Down by 8. It's hard to think that coming into this inning, we were all knotted up.
Yep.
And that'll bring up teams. Teams 0 for 1 with a run scored and a walk.
Ball 1, pitch missed inside. 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. That one's hit to left field, but it will be a lot more shallower. Mariah Westmoreland will make the squeeze for the 3rd out. But 8 runs come across in the inning, including a grand slam by Kylie Statham. We head now to the 4th. Cedartown, a long way to go. 9-1, we trail it back after this 60-second break.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-through. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs.
Lady Dogs Softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
A big bottom of the 3rd inning for the Rockmart Lady Jackets, scoring 8 runs, and it's a 9-1 ball game as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Lady Dogs going to have to figure out something offensively and rather quickly. It'll be Howard Washington and Cash due up for Cedartown. A big grand slam in that 3rd inning for Rockmart.
Kylie Statham crushed it to left field. Kendall Howard is 1 for 1 with an RBI. Top of the 4th. Pitch from Huckabee is outside, ball 1. Huckabee has thrown 57 pitches. And 34 of them have been strikes. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count now to Kendall Howard. The pitch. 2-1. That one missed upstairs.
Just a bit. Howard hit that one deep to left center in her last at bat, providing the only RBI of the game so far for Cedartown.
She'll hit it deep to right, or to shallow right field, rather. Will be caught by Forsyth out there for the first out. Kind of deceiving from where we are on how deep it is, but that one was to shallow right field and no problem for Forsyth. And Kendall Howard was retired. I'll bring up Chastity Washington, the right fielder. 0 for 1.
3-0-3.
Kaylee Huckabee delivers, and it's, wow, ball one.
I blew those down.
That was a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes, but it could have been a strike.
5-4-3.
Could have been.
But it wasn't. 1-0 on the way. That was a strike. 1-1.
No doubter on that one.
Atlanta Braves close out their series with the Dodgers tonight. Actually, they're probably playing
Kind of
right now.
odd 4-game series. It started on Friday and runs through a Monday.
Call that a wraparound series. Swing and a miss on the rise ball, 1-2, and Chastity down to her final strike of the at-bat. Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football tonight playing the
Do we even watch?
Playing the professional Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. In Philly.
1-2 pitch. Got her with a fastball. That'll be out number 2, and that'll bring up the designated player, Kristen Cash. Cash struck out her last time. Braves took the first 2 against the Dodgers, lost in pretty big fashion in what was a close game. That's popped up and foul out of play.
LA plated 7 runs
in the 9th
inning. 7.
Including a home run off of Rosel Iglesias, who hadn't given up a home run since like June. Hopefully he got that out of his system. 0-1 pitch on the way. Cash flies it to the right side. It'll be out of play. And it's 0-2. The Mets continue to match the Braves win for win, loss for loss, and are tied with Atlanta for that final wild card spot. And then just when you think you're going to gain on Arizona,
they come back
and win a game in extra innings.
Yep.
Against Milwaukee, who would probably be the team that Atlanta would play in the first round if the season ended today. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. It popped away, and they will throw to first base. And they'll be in plenty of time to get her. So Cash is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and we head now to the bottom half of the 4th. Rockmart 9, Cedartown 1, 60-second break.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Lady Dogs softball on your hometown station, the Big Double A.
Pitching change for the Lady Dogs. Kristen Cash will head out to the center circle. Shaylee Pittman's night is done. She goes 3 innings, 9 runs on 4 hits, and only 3 strikeouts. Cedartown trails Rockmart 9-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning.
Pitch on the way. It's upstairs, ball 1 ball, no strikes.
It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for Rockmart, Shelton, Dunn, and Huckabee.
Pitch on the way. And it's popped up and foul out of play.
Headed back behind us. So the count now even at 1-1. Tough outing for Shaylee Pittman. You know, she would have liked to have gone a lot deeper into this ball game, but just ran into a lot of trouble there in the 3rd.
Cash steals, it's high and away, 2 balls and a strike.
She ran into some trouble there in the 1st, but was able to escape it with only giving up that 1 run, but it would come back to get her in the 3rd inning. It was capped off by that big grand slam. Cedartown trying to crawl out of this hole.
It's fouled away.
They weren't able to get anything going offensively in the top of the 4th, so very quickly back on the defensive in the bottom of the 4th. Shelton's 0 for 1 with a walk and an RBI.
2-2 and the pitch. Just missed outside, 3-2. Looked like a pretty good pitch there, but no call from the home plate umpire. 3-2. Wow, ball 4. Another one that looked like a pretty good pitch.
Well, and that 2-2 was definitely questionable. But either way you look at it, unfortunately, Shelton is aboard with a leadoff walk, and that's going to bring up Dunn. Dunn is 1 for 2 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Also has a strikeout.
There's a called strike, nothing in 1.
A lot of noise coming from one dugout. A lot of silence from the other.
0-1 pitch.
We'll let you be the judge of which dugout is excited and which is not in this 9-1 game.
One. There's a tapper off the glove of Boozer into the outfield. Probably a hit, though. I mean, it was.
I would say so.
It was a diving try there, but it was off of her glove. Well, I'll give her a hit. We'll see how it's scored by our Cedartown scorekeeper. But I would say a hit. Because she would have had to have jumped up and then thrown, and I don't think they would have been able to get her.
That'll bring up Huckabee. Huckabee 1 for 2.
They're going to rule that in air. I don't agree with that.
I do not either.
Another good-looking pitch that was called a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. That one was down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Rockmart with 2 on and nobody out. Popped up left side. Allie Elliott chasing for it and can't make the catch. She had to deal with a very tough obstacle over there. There is a fence in front of the Rockmart dugout, but there's a part of the fence that kind of is about halfway up, and it kind of jolts out, and there's a sharp edge over there, so she kind of had to be careful over there not to run into that. Did not make the basket catch. Here's the 2-1 on the way. Ball 3. Cash is missing just barely.
But where she's missing, it's not by much at all. She is really painting the edges and just not getting the calls.
3-1 to Huckabee. Fouled that one back to fill the count up. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Kaylee Huckabee.
Got to record an out here. You do not want to load the bases with nobody out.
3-2. Foul back, and that'll land behind us. So a foul ball on a 3-2. We'll keep the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Young fan from Wingfoot Street gonna take on the free souvenir.
I was gonna say Springdale, but we'll go with that.
Trying to show off our Rockmart geography.
3-2. That one hit a ton, but foul. Well foul. She pulled it down the left field side. If she straightens that one out, it's long gone. But it is long gone foul. They'll probably never find that one over the trees.
No, I don't think so. That one is lost to the sands of time.
So another full count pitch coming to Huckabee. But you know she can hit it hard. She did that foul ball right there. 3-2 on the way from Cash. Low for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded with nobody out. I'll bring up McKinley Forsyth, the 9th batter in the lineup, the right fielder.
Not a good spot for the Lady Dogs to be in right here.
Forsyth 1 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in and a run scored.
Also bring out a courtesy runner again. It'll be Massey once again for Huckabee. So Forsyth stands in.
Wow, ball 1. That was, y'all, that was a strike. 1-0 on the way. Goodness gracious. Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on 2 pitches that were very close. Two-0 pitch. That one was low. 3 balls and no strikes.
It definitely appears as the night has gone on that the strike zone has gotten smaller and smaller. And Cash has just been all over it and not getting the benefit of any call whatsoever. And she's behind here in the count again.
Let me tell you, I mean, it wasn't even corner calls. It was literally right down the middles that weren't being called.
Still not getting it.
3 balls and no strikes now the count. Ball 4 would make it 10-1 Rockmart.
Cedartown still looking for their first out.
And that's ball 4. Runners will advance, and it's 10-1.
Now to bat number 20, Bree Davis.
Top of the order for Bree Davis.
Davis 0 for 3, 2 runs scored.
We're getting a pretty good look in the Cedartown dugout on some of those pitches, and we're seeing some things mouthed silently.
Yes. Yes, we are. Probably a good thing they're silent.
Absolutely. That one outside, ball 1. That was outside. 1-0 now the count to Davis. Dunn, the runner at third. Massey running for the pitcher Huckabee at second, and Forsyth is at first. 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out. Rockmart up by 9 runs, 10-1. Popped up to the right side. And it's going to be just beyond the reach of Waits on the other side of the chain link fence. Hey, there's a strike on the...
there is a strike on the scoreboard.
1 on the count. Also, a almost full moon has risen.
Yes, it is.
Has risen on the...
right over the trees.
Right over the trees and over the scoreboard. It's not quite full yet. Or has it already been full?
Now,
I don't know. 1-1 pitch. That one off the glove. Runner's going to try to score. The ball actually went into the Cedartown dugout. So I think even if she did get to it, it was going to be a run anyway. And it's 11-1. Rockmart up by 10. And runners now at second and third.
Massey moves up to third. Forsyth moves up to second.
2-1 pitch. Line drive right center field. That's going to split the gap and go to the wall. It's going to bring home 2 more runs. The throw comes into second base. Pretty good throw, but she's going to be in there standing. And Rockmart now leads at 13-1. And that is the final score. So the 12-run rule is going to come into effect, and Rockmart wins it in a walk-off here in the 4th inning by the final score of 13-1. Sam, if you want to give that final line on the ball game, then we'll just head on out of here.
Absolutely. Rockmart 13 runs on only 5 hits, no errors. Cedartown just 1 run on 4 hits and 5 errors. The 5 errors really coming back to bite Cedartown, and unfortunately, the Lady Dogs go down in only 4 innings here against Rockmart. So Cedartown 0-2 once again against the Lady Jackets, and this has just been a tough nut for Cedartown to crack over the past few years. Not able to knock off Rockmart, and once again, Cedartown falls on the road here against the Rockmart Lady Jackets. Cedartown falls to a record now of 15-8 on the season. Like you said, Andrew, the Lady Dogs will return to action tomorrow night at home. We will take on the Southeast Whitfield Raiders and hope for a much better outcome.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us here for Cedartown Softball. I want to thank DJ back at the radio station for running the controls. And I want to thank you for listening in and watching on our various platforms tonight. Your final score, Rockmart 13-1 over Cedartown in 4 innings. I want to wish you a good night. God bless, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, the next time the Lady Dogs play on the Big AA. Have a great night.
W291